Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel RF Design Basics. So now we are going to design a maximally flat low pass filter with a cutoff frequency of 2 GHz, impedance 50 ohm and at least 15 dB insertion loss is at 3 GHz. So from the question, first of all we have to find various parameters which is given, and the first parameter is given as the cutoff frequency FC equal to 2 GHz, and the second parameter is given as R0 which is equal to 50 ohm, and then we have 15 dB insertion loss. I have assumed that as A, and A is 15 dB. At which frequency? At frequency 3 GHz. So we have to first find out the order of filter, that is N. So we know the formula of order as log 10 to the power A by 10 minus 1 divided by 2 log omega by omega c, which is equal to, we can put all the values as log 10 to the power A is 15, so 15 by 10 is 1.5 minus 1 divided by 2 log omega by omega c. So we know in terms of F and Fc, so the ratio of omega and omega c also equal to F by Fc. So we can write this as 3 by 2 because units are same, so we can put it without the unit, and then we can calculate the value as log 10 to the power 1.5 then minus 1 divided by 2 log 1.5 equal to, we are getting this equal to 4.22. As in question it is mentioned that the insertion loss should be more than 15 dB at 3 GHz. So to have this larger value of A, we must have larger value of N. So we cannot take lesser than this value, and N is always integer. So the nearest integer will be equal to 5. The order of filter equal to 5. That means there will be 5 elements in this low pass filter. Now we are going to find out the element value using this N, and we know the formula as GK is 2 sine 2k minus 1 pi by 2n. So let us write the formula here first, and then we will calculate the value. GK is 2 sine 2k minus 1 into pi divided by 2 into n is 5. So this is our formula, and for different value of k starting from 1 to 5 we will calculate the GK value. So to calculate that, we can use the calculator in easiest way. Just we have to type the formula. So let us type it. 2 sine, above it is 2 into k. In place of k I will take a variable a here, which can be used by typing alpha and then a, minus 1 bracket close, so it is 2a minus 1 into pi into shift pi divided by 10, and then we will close the bracket. Now the formula is ready. We have to give different value of k, that is a, here in the calculator, and we will calculate the value of G1, G2, G3 and so on. So G1 is, if we press cal C, so it will calculate for a equal to 1, the value is equal to 0.618. Then again we will put cal C for value 2, this will give G2 equal to 1.618. calculate 3, value is 2, G4 equal to calculate 4 is equal to 1.618, then G5 equal to calculate 5, so this is 0.618. What you can observe here is the first element and the fifth element both are same. Similarly, the second element and the fourth element both are same. So you don't need to calculate all the values because it will have the same property for any number of orders. So next is to do the impedance and frequency scaling for a low pass filter design. As there is no delta involved in this, we can do only impedance and frequency scaling and we can find out the value of L, C, etc. So for frequency and impedance scaling, first of all we have to fix the prototype of the filter. So let us take the prototype of the filter as I have taken the first element inductive, then capacitive, inductive, capacitive. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and one more element we have to write. So this is our prototype filter and we can name this as L1, C2, L3, C4 and L5. So we have 5 elements and we can calculate these 5 elements by knowing the value of G, and we can write this value as, for first one it is L1 equal to, as we have discussed in last class, that for inductance, for doing impedance scaling, we have to just multiply by the impedance. So 618 multiply it by impedance R0, then divide it by the frequency for frequency scaling, and we can calculate the value. Similarly for C2 we have G2 as 1.618. So here for impedance scaling we have to divide by R0. For frequency scaling also we have to divide by omega naught. And similarly we can do for L3 2 into R0 by omega naught. C4 1.618 divided by R0 omega naught. And we have L5 equal to 0.618 into R0 divided by omega naught. So let us calculate the first value, which is equal to 0.618 multiplied by R0 is 50 ohm given in the question, and then we have to divide it by omega naught. Omega naught is cutoff frequency, so we have to put cutoff frequency here. 2 into pi into 2 gigahertz, so 2 into 10 to the power 9. So this comes to be 2.45 nanohenry. So let us put that value here. It's 2.45 nanohenry. Then another one we have R0 by omega naught into 2. So we'll just, in place of 0.618 we will put 2 and we'll calculate the remaining value also. So here it is 2. So this is 7.96 nanohenry. Then the last value will be again which we have calculated here. This is also same, so it is 2.45 nanohenry. Then we have to calculate C2, which will be also equal to C4 as the expressions are same. So for that, let us take the expression 1.618 divided by 50 into 2 into pi into 2 into 10 to the power 9. So this value is 2.57 picofarad, and this is also 2.57 picofarad. So we have designed this, and you can write the value here, 2.45 nanohenry. This is 2.57 picofarad. This is also 2.57 picofarad. L3 is 7.96 nanohenry, and L5 is again 2.45 nanohenry. So our element values are found, and now we can connect the load resistance and the source resistance. This will be 50 ohm and 50 ohm, as its normalized value was 1 and the impedance is 50, so this will be 50 ohm and 50 ohm. So this is the first design. One more design is possible if we take the shunt capacitor first and then we take series inductor. So that we are going to design now. So first element will be capacitor, then we will have inductor in series, then capacitor in shunt, inductor in series, and then capacitor in shunt, and this will complete the inductor and capacitor. And then we have both side the load resistance RL and source resistance in series. We have a voltage source here, and we know that G1 is 0.618, G2 is 1.618, G3 is 2, G4 is 1.618, G5 is 0.618. Based on this, we will calculate the value of C1, L2, C3, L4 and C5. So for C1, we'll take the G1 value divided by the impedance and frequency. So it is 0.618 divided by impedance 50 into frequency. Frequency is 2 pi into 2 gigahertz. So 2 into 10 to the power 9. So this value is 0.984 picofarad. Here it is 9.8 into 10 to the power minus 13. So we can take a decimal point. So it is 0.984 picofarad. Then we have L2. L2 depends upon 1.618, and we will calculate this as 1.618 multiplied by 50 divided by 2 into pi into 2 into 10 to the power 9. So it is 2 pi f, and this value is 6.43 nanohenry. Then we have C3. So for C3 we have to take G3 as 2 and calculate just like C1. We can also do one thing. Whatever value is there, 0.984, we will divide it by 0.618 because it was multiplied previously, and then we will multiply by 2 to get the actual value, which is equal to 3.18 picofarad. Then we have L4, and L4 and L2 both are same because it is having G2 and G4 same value, so you can write 6.43 nanohenry, and we have C5 which will be equal to C1, so it is 0.984 picofarad. So let us write all this value in the circuit. 0.984 picofarad. Then L2 is 6.43 nanohenry, L4 is also 6.43 nanohenry, C5 is 0.984 picofarad, and C3 is 3.18 picofarad. RL is 50 ohm and RS is 50 ohm. So we have completed the second possible design for the low pass filter. Here the shunt element is starting first and then series element is starting. In the previous one, series element was starting first and then shunt element was starting. Thank you.